And we are back with another game of Age of Mythology. The Titans joined with the imitable ChronoJJ, spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Set this time. It's CheekyRepeater in the top of the map. In the blue color, playing as Odin, it is Gaboo. The map is Frozen Wastes, and maybe, just maybe, we're going to see why all the Egyptian players are complaining about Odin being too strong. What do you got to say about that, Chrono, seeing as you nerfed him?
No. I just go by whoever gives me the most money, and that's the patch changes that come into place. But what I think is cool is that all these god changes in this series, we've gotten quite a bit. We're now seeing Set, and we're seeing Gaboo going off of Loki to Odin on Frozen Waste, which is Frozen Waste is just a cutthroat map. With how the gold, well, we do have the two gold. We have got the double gold mine in the base, which does, I would say, make it a little less aggressive.
Yeah,
Odin versus Set, interesting.
Yeah, this map is basically a reversed Ghost Lake with a couple of different changes, like walrus being on the map. But it's, because it's a reversed Ghost Lake, most of these gold mines, or all the gold mines, spawn around the sides of the map near the frozen ice here, and it's really difficult to defend those gold mines. I do want to question CheekyRepeater already. For some reason, he decided to abandon his home hunt, which was really nice, in favor of his further away from his base hunt. Is there any reason for why you would have done that you can think of there, Chrono?
I'm not sure. I mean, unless he's afraid of early aggression, but you're kind of going Set so that you have the early aggression. So I don't really understand that. You're right. I think that's a little bit odd because the Set should be on the aggression early.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like he's going for the 4-minute or 4-minute 30 advance time. He's put no villagers onto wood. Generally speaking, though, you want to get those gold villagers going a little bit earlier because it takes about a minute to get your temple up. And he hasn't started that temple yet, so he's going to have to get a bunch of these gold villagers to build it. And you want to be building that up with one villager most of the time, so that you can get as many resources as you possibly can, because it's the more villages you put on a temple, the faster it goes up, but it's not equivalent to putting it's not equivalent to the speed that you would have got had you, say, built like 2 separate temples with 1 villager on each. They each do a little bit less.
This is going to be I mean, we don't even have a temple starting to come up. This is going to be pretty slow advance for the Set.
Temple's starting to come up around 3:15, so probably even going to be more like a 5-minute advance time here, and this is going to be a lot of the advantages that Set has over Odin are between the 4-minute and 4-minute 45-second mark in the game. Beyond that, Set stops having much of an advantage, and it starts becoming more even. So maybe CheekyRepeater's got a different idea for his shifting sands.
I don't know. I also think, I don't know why Cheeky is converting his own walrus. He should have, maybe it won't matter, but generally you want to convert your enemy's hunt first.
Yeah, one of the big changes that hit Set was the nerf to converted animals' food. So you can see walrus normally have 400 food. When they convert, they go down to 300. So it's like a negative 25% onto that already negative amount of food that they lost. So it just means they can't.
It wasn't that much.
Wasn't 25%?
Oh, it was just, I think 5% less.
Oh.
Or it might not even been I forget. It wasn't 25. At most it was 5%, but I think we ended up removing that change.
Oh, I take it all back then.
Because they get a 25% reduction by default. That's been in Titans forever.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it is that. But sorry to burst your bubble. We do have the little bit of a fight in the middle, walrus and villagers, which kind of ended up being nothing.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we have seen Freya and Ptar coming through. We've got the barracks coming out for CheekyRepeater here. I do like a good old classical fight from Set against Odin. This is something that is very high skilled, very macro dependent, and if you can pull it off as a Set, it's really difficult to defend against as a Norse because they just flood units so fast. But on this map with the 2 gold mine Ghost Lake, I don't see that being that effective. Because Norse, Odin specifically, can just chill in his base, wait for Skadi, and then your classical units stop being so effective against the Jarl and the Frost Giants and the Frost and all the other things. But maybe it's going to be mass units into a Shifting Sands attack or something crazy.
I don't know. Yeah, it's the barracks. I don't know if he's expecting a hard push back or something. But with all the food and walruses, you might as well just eat them and start aging up.
Yeah. Forest fire coming down. Oh, it looks like it's going to pick off a couple of villagers here. Oh, he manages to save them both with like 1 HP. That's super unfortunate.
It was one shot with the Valk on either would have killed them.
Yeah, and that tower is sort of in town center range as well, so let's see if they can escape or not.
And I hope, I don't know why Cheeky, hopefully he doesn't, but he shouldn't be throwing away his walrus aggressively. He should just eat them.
Yeah, I mean he also hasn't got the Hands of the Pharaoh upgrade yet, so this Pharaoh and the priest aren't gonna, specifically the Pharaoh's not gonna do that much damage to the villagers. The Wadger's getting a little bit out of position there, taking a couple of free tower shots. Cheeky Gaboo also, like, he's got his Ulfsark attacking reinforcements here, but Axemen are coming out, so they should be able to clean up those Ulfsark.
Watch out for the Axemen. Run. Oh no.
Axemen are such strong units, they deal so much damage. Watchtowers up for Gaboo as well, defensive watchtowers. That's going to hurt just a little bit. I hate to see it. No, he had to do it.
More resources. Got a lot of goats though, because he did cast a great hunt on his goats, so he'll be able to eat them for a while. Does he have husbandry? He does not.
That's actually such a smart move against Set, but Set could just vision this and then steal the goat with his Shifting Sands.
Oh yeah. Well, he already used vision.
Well, he could have stolen the goats when he was in the base.
Yeah. And that's pretty much game over right there.
Yeah, and
pushed off of hunt, no goats, but we probably won't see it.
Into you.
Yeah, no husbandry. That is.
Yeah, it's part of Set's strengths also in that you have to have really good decision making. So Shifting Sands is arguably the most versatile god power in the game, and there is a correct way to use it in every single game. And if you don't use it well, then oftentimes Set's strengths do not amount to much.
Yeah.
But we have seen that CheekyRepeater has managed to get a second town center behind all of this aggression, so that's a good thing.
Good. Gaboo is grabbing it, having his second. Cheeky's army is a little bit out of position. It's neither blocking the town center or in a position to defend. We got a raid coming down this gold mine down here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really big raid. These Ulfsarks are quite fast. They've got the Odin technology. He's only going to try and pick off the back one. So he's going to get some guaranteed kills, but not going to get us around. He's going to lose a couple of Ulfsark to the town center fire, but nothing too drastic. Only managed to get one. Was that only one villager they got there?
Just one.
Super unfortunate.
He could have done that a lot better. You know, we do have the block in the town center, though. Cheeky did end up checking it.
Yeah, Pharaoh coming in. Axeman in here as well. Walrus in here. Wadget as well. It's just too much stuff here with the main army of Gaboo being out of position there. So town center gets stopped, but Cheeky leaving it for some reason.
Cheeky's because he's grabbing the other town center, so he's gonna fall back and defend in case Gaboo finds it.
I see.
Oh, nope, now he's going back.
I always find this is a
Stop the town center.
I find this is a really dangerous way to play set, because you can grab town centers really easily with set, but if you do, every single town center you get, you need an extra 4 villagers on food in order to maintain production of villages, and then you're spending so much resources on villages, and you don't get the return for quite a while on those town centers. So you have to catch up, and you can get trapped by attacking enemy if you go town center grabbing really hard. So we'll see if Gaboo manages to do that one or not.
Cheeky does have the walrus to eat there, so he'll have food for a while yet.
That's true. He's also got access to Shadoof, which gives him some really cheap farms, but he doesn't have the best of second gold mines, given that Gaboo can just run around the side and attack that whenever he wants.
Gaboo probably should not have been able to get that town center up. Well, Gaboo's got a pretty decent army now. Oh, the polar bear smashed a vill down there at the wall.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Gaboo not build throwing axemen, save his wood for farms, and get up another longhouse and start making raiding cavalry from one of them. They take a long time to train, but if you're just going axemen against Egyptian here, it's going to be real hard to win fights. And we're going to be seeing Nephthys coming through from CheekyRepeater right now. Only at 85 population though, so Gaboo can put on a lot of pressure right now. He's actually on the home base gold mine. No buildings to protect this gold mine, which should have been there. It's going to be a couple of dead villagers here for sure.
Yeah, Cheeky is not expecting this. Now he responds. Ooh. Nice raid there.
Yeah, really nice raid. Seeing some forward walls coming up as CheekyRepeater is trying to grab that forward walrus, but he's got enough army here to defend it off at this point.
A lot of walls just for a few walrus. A huddle of walrus, we could call them.
Yeah. Now we've got this interesting situation because we haven't seen shifting sands being used yet, and there's going to be a little timing here for CheekyRepeater as Scardy's coming through. It's 20% Scardy. Gaboo's on his outside gold mine, and I don't think that CheekyRepeater knows about it. But if he spots that, he can get a shifting sand on top of this and force a defensive frost, which allows him access to his ancestors. The raids are just all over the place right now for Gaboo. He's actually doing so much damage to CheekyRepeater, and this is what you need to do as Odin. So we're seeing a siege workshop coming up in the forward position.
Yeah, Gaboo's got just a lot more army right now, as opposed to Cheeky.
We've got the third town center. Looks like Gaboo sneaking it at the 13-minute mark. Cheeky's got no idea about this as well. It's going to go up, and he really doesn't want to see that. Gaboo hits the heroic HG Scardy. Now he's got a response to shifting sands or ancestors. Let's see what CheekyRepeater can do here, but I feel like he's letting Gaboo do whatever he wants, and it's just it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think also Cheeky probably isn't going to get a lot of value out of this bit of a forward base because, well, Gaboo's army's out of position.
As you say that, the army
has to force frost.
Yeah, as you say that, the army's pushing in here, but it's only one siege tower, and these dwarves are on top of it. There's a frost giant here to slow down the bleeding, and there's heavy infantry versing non-upgraded infantry. Shifting sands comes down, frost comes down, and then we're going to see potentially the ancestors. And you can see the small nerf of shifting sands coming into effect there, only grabbing like. Actually, it's so many units still. It's nerfed by 200 HP, but it's still like a ridiculous amount of units you can shift with shifting sands. There's like so many units right now taking down all of these frosted things. We'll see if ancestors will help out at all for CheekyRepeater.
This is kind of the fight right here. If Cheeky doesn't take it, he probably doesn't win.
Well, yeah, he's committing quite a bit to it. Does he have funeral rats out? He doesn't have funeral rats, but he does have Hands of the Pharaoh. These Frost Giants are pretty resilient, and he's got enough right here to stop every single one of these siege towers if he micros correctly. So even with Ancestors, it's going to be tough. He's got a nice micro there from the Frost Giant, managing to frost that siege tower. Ancestors coming in, but there's just so many units. Gaboo, 145 pop to CheekyRepeater's a 90 pop. And you know, sometimes casting that Ancestor straight after Frost is the wrong way, because it kind of forces you to commit to this fight. And those Ancestors, they don't spawn straight away, so they can get picked off one by one as they spawn.
Kind of does it. I don't know how Cheeky will fight through now. If he could have been at 4-2 town centers, he'd still be maybe okay, but allowing that town center sneak was kind of important.
And now we've got Cheeky transitioning into farms and no plow out. So these farms are putting resources into his bank really, really slow. He's got the 3 town centers, but only like 2 of them are able to produce it at once. And he's spamming.
These are some of the worst farms I've seen.
Yeah, this is some Atlantean farm placement right here.
Oh man.
And now we've got the chariot spam though. So this one's going to be it's the right army comp, but as soon as the hill fort comes up, that's Huskal, and Huskal are tough to deal with. Chariot archers are hunting villages right now. I think he's got no idea that Gaboo is up here on this super forward gold mine, but he's on top of these wood villages. Got to slow down these villagers from being alive, so that the Ragnarok that will be incoming at some point is less powerful.
I suppose Cheeky will check that gold mine on the left.
He's going to see the gold mines. He's going to see the gold mines gone and then not continue to the other gold mine. Is that what happened there? Yeah, he saw it. Yeah. He knows the other gold mine's there. He's just not gonna check it out.
Yeah, he does know it's there. Oh. You kind of gotta assume when you see that other gold mine, the first gold mine gone, you kind of gotta assume that they went to the second gold mine.
Yeah, it's well, there's nowhere else for him to go, basically.
Right. Oh, he might be checking now. No, he's not.
We've got the attack now coming in onto this Migdol stronghold at 1707. Frost Giant taking down the siege towers, tanking all the damage from the chariot archers. These Ulfsark, they do some damage, man. He's got no siege weapons in here, but this Migdol stronghold has no masons or architects, so it's just gonna fall instantly, and that's no more military buildings yet again for CheekyRepeater.
He's just got his barracks back in his base.
Yeah, and we've got Huskal coming into the mix as well, and if these chariot archers accidentally target the Huskal, it takes so much damage, and then on top of that, if the Huskal get on top of the chariot archers, that's lights out for them.
Nice walls though. This wall is really saving Cheeky for now.
Yeah, but Gaboo is just flying ahead in the economy. Got Balder incoming. That's Ragnarok. Gold mines in the base have expired for CheekyRepeater. This forward town center is going to fall instantly to the Ragnarok. It's actually going to be a really big one. Been 3 town centers for a long time. 18 minutes into the game. And CheekyRepeater taps out before Rag even comes through. Realizes he's dead. GG, well played by Gaboo.
Yeah, he didn't really make many mistakes and kept the pressure up pretty well. He was able to get a lot of raids in.
Yeah, right? Really crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say... I mean, Cheeky didn't play... he could have played a lot better.
Well,
but,
I mean...
Gaboo didn't really, Gaboo just didn't make any blunders, which really helped him here.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we saw here is just a really perfect example of a set isn't broken if set doesn't abuse the aspects of himself which are broken. For example, shifting all of your opponent's go and then hunt starving, really strong strategy, or shifting a couple of priest, pharaoh, and wadget onto a forward hunt or something like that, or like gold mine and forcing resources to be delayed, stuff like that. And because Gaboo was allowed to play the game normally, he was able to outplay CheekyRepeater and do a lot of damage and come out super far ahead.
Well, this game just proves that Odin is overpowered and Set is underpowered, so I'd better actually hurry up and hot fix the patch, because...
You're killing me. Alright, I have enough time to do the last game, so if you're still awake, let's...
I'm here.
Let's do it.
2-2. Let's go into our last